Hi, welcome. This is a video I wanted to do so many videos about so many topics about tarot and magic, but this was not one of them. And I figured out that combining the two ideas could be great. And you can see here that this is summer. I'm going to show you some pretty images of my family cottage. And I wanted to think out loud about the magician art and what it means to connect with magic using it with tarot. Magic we can really associate it always with anxiety and power of the people that they didn't have actually other kind of power. When you go to magic, it's because you feel powerless in some moment or maybe some way before. So I think that is interesting because um, it's a different thing when you collect something, but collection and anxiety can be together too. And I think the magician, if you can see him, is he has all the elements there, and he has a connection between the earth and the sky and the way the goddess and the nature is combined here. He can do, he has all the elements there. That doesn't mean that the process of creation is just so simple for him. He is in a way a tool too. It's not just about the power or the combination of the elements. It's like he is part of the magic itself. He cannot be an outsider. Sometimes when we think about magic, we think of magic like something that is not in us, like we are not a magic being. But the truth is, we are part of magic too. We are magic. And the way magic is in us and become part of us is a little decision, but it sometimes have to be with the roots, with inner roots that we have, the way we connected with magic all our lives. So I was thinking this day about my roots with magic, the way I connect with magic all my life and magic thinking. And we normally tend to always think that, or maybe people is always trying to make us believe in the being skeptic is the normal way, the only way. And sometimes we just to figure out why not, why we can be something else, why, because is sometimes the only way we know, and doesn't mean that it's the right way. We need to find a way to see the world different like we always see it, because we are not going to have different results. And I was thinking this day about magic and the way I use magic and the way I figure out and work with magic and spells, because the last video I did, I say I don't use some kind of spell or I don't do some kind of spells, and the reason is I do something different. My relation with magic is not only about, yes, I protect my house, my home, but I work with the spirits more than just concepts. So I like to work with the spirit of my home. And sometimes if you have a good connection with the spirit of your house, is sometimes you are not going to need doing some kind of spells. It doesn't mean that they are not good and they cannot work for you. Just figure out how you see places, objects, the way you connect with things. Be more honest. Think on the elements like people, things in the house, in the places that you are living, like people. Don't try to manipulate them just because they serve to you. Go more deep than that. And I think that is going to help you very much about the magical thinking. And just be part of it. You are the connection, the interaction between these elements. And sometimes the elements, they need you to connect to each other. So water, how you can use water in all moments of your life. What is important about water in the sense of not only how serving your body, in your house, in your spirit, in your soul. It's more about what is water really in your magical thinking, how that can improve, how you can interact with water, how it makes you feel, how it makes you feel going to some place that you can see water. We are very water people. I am very water people. I grew up going to fish with my father all the weekends, so I know what water can do to people, how can actually make us feel, and you can understand how you feel, especially now in winter. Water can be something very cold if you are in the north hemisphere, but here water is like a relaxed moment because it's summer and it's very different. But that doesn't mean that it cannot be always an element that has kindness and has some deep moments of cold. You can find in any element that is more about how you interact with it, if we can say it or them. Just it works that way. And the creation is not only about the elements that he is having here. You can have the elements, you can have the connection with nature, you can have things, but the ideas are important too. It's the way you see things, it's the way you process things and connect with it. Just a little bit about this and thinking aloud, nothing very deep. But I hope you enjoy it, and I'm going to see you soon in the next video. Just please tell me if you want a video about any questions, if you had any questions about the way I practice, the way I work with tarot decks, and just go deep in the sense. It's very easy to me to say go deep, but sometimes it's very difficult to go deep, because we get used to see things in just one light, trying to do a different approach, trying to figure out how people can actually think about something, and maybe how they use one element 100 years ago in a different culture, how ask to people how they think or feel about something, and you're going to find different versions of the same thing, the same spirit in there, and it can actually help you to see more and to understand a little more. Just thank you for this. Goodbye.